Hello, today I'll be talking about how spectators have influenced and changed the way sport is commercialized. Usually we think the only way that sports in general was created is either to participate in it or to be involved in it in another type of way by viewing it or anything like that. But sport was actually made, or sports actually became what it was because of the profit that came from it. Like, it generated a lot of money and then people saw it as a business. And it's a whole cycle if you think about it, because someone who someone who as a child participated in a particular sport will either grow up to keep moving in the direction of that sport, like as an athlete, and become an athlete in that sport and start making money, or just start watching it and become a spectator and just love the sport and for everything it is. So like that's how it works. Most people think sports is just for viewing and then participation, but no, there's a lot of money that comes from sports. But the thing is, more people are starting to realize this nowadays, which is good. The people who make more money from sports in general are are the shareholders, and the people who donate to companies, who sponsor companies, and the people who own companies. Those are people who make the money from sports because they've seen and then they've understood how the business works. That's why they are where they are. And there are different ways. There are different ways, that people make money from sports, and there are different aspects and different areas where the money is actually generated. For example, let me give you these things. These are the things that actually make money from sports. Like, when you're thinking about the branches of things and how they really go on. First is the ticketing, and then there's the seat licensing. Depends on, you can basically just get a normal ticket, but so some people like to go VIP and get different types of things like luxury seats and all that. And then there's the broadcasting rights, there's the concession stands, where people get food, and then the merchandise, like the gear of the particular sport that you're going to watch, the parking, people who actually drive there, and then the sponsorships. Now those are where the actual money comes from. Of course, from there then the money gets spread into other places and it gets invested into other areas, and then the money grows. But those are the basic areas where the money comes from. Now, when it comes to spectators and when it comes to sports, stadiums play a very big part plays a very big part. But it doesn't just you can't just build a stadium in any city and hope to get money from it. You have to consider the sports, you have to consider the environment, like the vibe of where you're about to build it. And the location is very important, because if you build a stadium that has 20,000 seats in a city that has 3 million people, you have more chances of filling up all the seats in that stadium, which will equal money, which will equal the like a lot of money that you're looking for. But then if you build the same stadium that has 20,000 seats in a city that has 22,000 people, then that's just a joke. Like, because that's I feel like it's just a joke, because first, you have to put it to consideration, is everyone in that city involved in this sport in some type of way? Like, are their friends involved, are their families involved, like are they getting paid from it, like do they enjoy it? Like, where is the location? Like, where are you building this stadium? Like, will it be in a location that will interest people to want to go? These are the things that come into building stadiums, and how to actually get revenue from it. Because if these things are not planned well, spectators will not come and the money will not be made. Normally, like, how these things interest people into coming is like, the stadium has to be revolved around things that are going on today, like things that are trending. like you have to think about, like, let me use the gear for example. If a team has a particular gear that they want to sell to spectators, they have to think of what people are wearing nowadays, like the things that are very current, and then they'll build up their brand, their gear, their styles off of that, which would interest people into buying these things. Those are some things that come up. you also have to think very well. You also have to think very well about the type of people that will be coming to these events. When they come, will they be entertained? Like, will the environment be vibey? Is the word vibey? Will it be vibey enough for them to want to come back later? Because if they come once and they don't like what they see, or they didn't really enjoy it, that will probably be the last time that they will come there. But if they come, because think of, I'm really talking about the whole stadium thing, because that's mostly where the business goes on. Right when someone walks into a stadium, the whole thing is a business. There's things left and right, concession stands, clothing stores, um, sculptures of past, athletes, things that just interest you, that just make you feel like, oh, okay, I like being here. Like, I actually enjoy being here. I would love to come back. Even if there wasn't a game, I would just love to come back and look around and see. That's what these teams try to accomplish with their stadiums, and that's basically where most of the money comes from. So I would like to conclude with the fact that the media has a lot of impact on sports and sports revenue and spectators and how they are generated. Me, for example, now going through my day-to-day endeavors, like things I just do every day on my phone, around me, I see sports being promoted to me, and if I wasn't someone that liked sports, I might build up a liking for it, or it will just be my subconscious mind one way or the other, and then when I see something else related to it, I would love to indulge in that particular activity. So everything is like a chain reaction. It's like, first of all, they use the media to get you, and then from the media you might think about, oh, okay, well, this team is playing, let me just go check it out and see how it is. And then you go to the stadium and you just like what you see, and then from there you invest in a lot of other things that are there, like the food, the concession stands, like like the gear, a lot of other things that are actually there. So this is how they pull people in, and this is how most of the money is generated. Of course, there are other ways in which the money is generated, but this is how most of it is generated, and that's how I would like to end this presentation. And honestly, I feel like most of the money, and this is not part of it, but I feel like most of the money comes from sponsors, comes from people who donate to the companies, because for the teams to be able to build the stadiums in the first place, it takes a lot of money. Like, that's just something that I'm just adding to it. But of course, like, the spectators also bring a lot of revenue. But yeah, I would like to end here on that, and I hope you really enjoyed this presentation. And if there's anything about it that you didn't like, just let me know.